Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's session, we will be discussing about Python tuple. Tuple is a collection of elements of same or different data types which are enclosed with parentheses. It's almost close to list, but in the list it is enclosed with brackets. Here they are enclosed with tuples. But in terms of features and property, both list and tuple behaves differently. Tuples are immutable. So tuples are immutable. So we cannot modify its element in the tuple. So we can't able to modify its value or element in the tuple. So tuples are not dynamic. Means adding an element or removing an element is not possible in tuple. Hence it is not dynamic and hence it is fixed in size. Example is A is equal to 10, 20, 30 Ravi and they are enclosed with the parenthesis. Tuple indexing. So the indexing almost similar to strings and lists. So I think we don't want to discuss this again and again. So you could have able to have this quick reference with list. So hence everything is common and example is also common. If you understand the indexing part in strings and list, you could able to grasp the same content because a example, description, everything is same. So I don't want to be explaining the same content and again. Now we can discuss about accessing and modifying the tuple elements. Now let us move into the code editor and just check how exactly it works. And we could able to check whether modifying will work or not, accessing will work or not. Indexing.py. Let us take an example 520. Same example we can take 520 12.6 minus 67.1 Rama. So now this is the tuple. If I print a, I will get tuple 520 12.6 minus 67 Rama. Now let us focus on accessing the tuple elements. Just take the following test cases which I have listed here and try to access them. A of 0, A of 4, A of minus 3 and A of 20. Now let us access each and individual. A of 0, if I run this, my first element is 5, yeah, and A of 4 is Rama and it's the same and it's a string. A of minus 3, it's 12.6 and I have listed the same. And if I print the elements which are not at all in the range, for example 20, so it doesn't exist, so it will give an error like tuple index is out of range because the element 20 is not at all available in the tuple A, so hence it will throw an error. So that's what I have added here, and the error is tuple index is out of range. This is the accessing part and modifying tuple. So now let us modify it. So as tuple is immutable, we are know that tuple cannot be modified. But anyhow, we can give one try and let us check. So A of 1 is equal to 40. Now let us print A. So here, when I try to modify the tuple element, right, where A of 1 is equal to 40, instead of 20, I want to replace it with 40, as I do in list. When I try the same operation in the tuple, so it's throwing an error saying that tuple object does not support item assignment. So we face this error in string as well. Even string is immutable, we cannot modify its element. So even string throws an error. When we try to alter its values, it shows an item assignment is not supported error. So even here, it's the same. So now you could able to see as tuple is immutable, the content of elements cannot be modified. So this is one of the properties of tuple which I have described in my first index, where tuples are immutable, so we cannot modify its element. And now let's move on to tuple slicing. So since slicing is known as retrieving a range of elements from the tuple, so it's almost similar to list and strings. Hence I don't want to explain it again and again. So you could able to understand by looking into the session files of list and strings. Then you could able to get the concept clearly. And I'm just ignoring this part as of now because I have explained this already twice. I don't want to repeat it again and again. So now let's move on to tuple function. Since tuple is an fixed one and it is not dynamic one, hence it does not support multiple functions like lists. We have only two types of functions for tuples which will be commonly used. Hence we can have a quick run through with that. So let us consider the same example which I have created here. Tuple functions dot p1. This is my example. If I print it, I will get an output as 5, 20, 30, 58, which I have created, right? The following tuple will be obtained. So now let us try to run some functionalities on this. So the first one is count function. So let us run this. What exactly count function do is, count function is used to return the number of occurrence of the element in the tuple. So which we have done with the list, right? The same operation can be done on tuple also. So the syntax is tuple name dot count element. So print a dot count 20. So if I print this, I'm getting count as 2 because 20 is available twice. Hence you can consider it as 2. So the output is right. Now the second function is delete tuple name. So delete function. So delete function is used to delete the entire tuple. Now if I try to delete tuple, the function is delete dot a. So if I run this, so the tuple has been deleted, and if I try to get the element a of 1, it will throw an error because a is not at all defined. So since a is completely deleted, it doesn't have any of its element, and hence it shows a is not defined. So that's all with the tuple, and we can end this here. Thanks.